Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Paula's Soapbox Pajama Party. I'm here with Liz. You know Liz if you've seen any of our other shows. So we're
Hello.
gonna, yeah, we're gonna be gabbing about the latest in daytime and primetime dramas, and we're actually waiting on one more person. She won a contest to actually be on the show, but I think she must be having technical difficulties. So Heather, if you're watching, if you're able to watch, just come join us whenever you want to. It's very informal. Just jump in whenever you want to and whenever you can. So,
Yes, please, Heather, we need you.
right, we need that third person.
Absolutely.
And she's a Days fan. So,
All right, awesome.
right, another Days fan. So that's good. And she's been watching General Hospital too. So and that's
Oh,
not one of the
okay.
ones you watched. So that would have been
No,
perfect.
yeah, it complements both of us.
Right, exactly. So it kind of yeah, she's kind of be like a mediator or something.
There you go.
Yeah. So you were
Well,
telling me that you're behind on The Young and the Restless and Days of Our Lives and
yeah, I'm behind about a week. I was on vacation, so they're all stored on my DVR.
right,
I decided I would forego watching them in beautiful high definition and
right.
just record them on the regular broadcast channels to save space. So I'm about a week behind, but I'm sensing this disturbing pattern once again on Days of Our Lives. And for anyone watching, and for Paula, you and I discussed this before, but you all know that I have this love-hate relationship with Days of Our Lives because Days, they love to pile on the negative plot
Right.
lines, go very light on anything positive, and carry out these plot lines for months and months and months before getting any resolution. And it of course makes me long for my beloved As the World Turns,
Oh,
which
yes.
knew that they didn't necessarily stretch things out to the wring it out to the bitter end. So yeah,
The pacing.
the pacing and of course evil Eve Donovan has come back to Salem, and I'm trying to remember when. I think the last time I saw her anyway, because I've watched Days on and off, I think she was a teenager, and it was
Ross.
Charlotte Ross, yes,
Hmm.
was the troubled Eve Donovan. Of course, Shane did not know that that was his daughter, and it seems that Shane, who's so good, seems to produce these evil children,
Yeah.
because of course Shane and Kimberly have a daughter, Teresa, who has so nothing but misdeeds and ills in
Hmm.
Salem. Now she's got her hooks into Brady Black, and she's got him doing coke and drinking and defying his father. And I think Brady and his father, I haven't seen this episode, but I think Brady and his father had a fight, and I think he was worried that he may have hurt his father. So I think John is injured or hurt or something like that.
Oh,
So
wow.
so if anybody is watching out there and you are a Days fan, please write to us. Let us know what is
Right, what's going on? Because
happening
I'm
with Days.
right because I'm way behind. You're way behind, and I'm a way
Oh yeah.
behind.
Well, evil Eve Donovan has come back to town, and she's played by the actress who was on
Cassie,
One Life to
yeah,
Live.
Cassie DePaiva.
Okay, and
Yeah.
and I really like her, but
Is she a
not
good?
her character.
Yeah. I
And
wondered how she would do with that because when they first announced that she was going to be playing Eve,
mhm.
I wasn't sure how the ages were going to work out. If she would look young enough to be Shane and Kimberly's daughter. Because like you, I remember Charlotte Ross when she was a teenager
Well,
playing
she's not
Eve. So
Kimberly's daughter. She's not
she's not
Kimberly's
Kimberly's
daughter.
daughter.
No,
Oh, okay.
no. Um, I don't know. It was like Shane found out he had this daughter.
Mhm.
Like she shows up, and so Shane must have been a youngster. Well,
Mhm.
let's say early 20s when this happened. But yeah, she shows up. So uh, Yeah, I think she pulls it off. And of course, she is the mother of Paige, who is J.J. Devereaux's girlfriend. And so, Eve comes back into town and informs Jennifer, her arch nemesis in high school, who of course she got her hooks into Frankie and then got her hooks into Jack. Eve married Jack, and part of the annulment agreement was if Jack produced any works that Eve would get the proceeds of the sale. So this book that Jack wrote about his captivity in Afghanistan, of course, the proceeds are going to, wounded warriors right now. Well, Eve wants those proceeds, so she's suing Jennifer. And of course, Aiden is who he was. Let's see, he was in As the World Turns. He was Chris, because I'm starting to forget these characters. There was like 5 zillion Chris. The one doctor on As the World Turns, it was his son.
Oh, Chris Hughes.
Yeah, Chris Hughes. Yeah, he was one of the Chris Hughes.
I got lost for a second.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And I'm starting. Well, what's happening? It's scary. I'm starting to forget, like As the World Turns and some of the characters. But anyway, so Aiden is the attorney, and so he right now where I left it, Jennifer told Eve, "Hey, let's settle it. We split it 50-50, and of course Eve will have none of that." The other thing that Evil Eve did is she found out from Teresa that Daniel and Jennifer were an item, and found out that they split because Daniel said that he was getting over a relationship. So she changed surgeons because Daniel said it was inappropriate for them to have a drink or anything because doctor-patient. So under the guise that Teresa was her half-sister and thought it would put Daniel in a precarious situation, so she switched to another doctor, so now she's trying to get her hooks into Daniel. And I know that at one point Jennifer sees Daniel and Eve together. So, and of course, before Abigail went to Daniel and said that he should look for her mom at the park, for July 4th, because she needed to talk to him about something, because she was trying to get Daniel to talk to Jennifer about this lawsuit. And Jennifer didn't say anything, and it's too bad, because then he would have been tipped off about Evil Eve.
Right.
And the other thing I find interesting is JJ and Paige graduate on the day before July 4th. That's a bit of a long time. Either that or they had a heck of a lot of snow days to make up. Right. That's a long time. I mean, normally high schoolers are graduating in May, so I found that.
May.
And it's one of these, okay, let's suspend our belief for a little while.
Right, exactly.
So,
kind of like, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, so with the Evil Eve against Jennifer, Teresa against Jennifer and what she's doing to Brady, what he did to his dad, Marlena being separated from John, although I find John's been a bit of a jerk lately. All of this stuff, I'm not too thrilled with Days right now. I want happiness, something, although I love the fact that Sammy and Kate have stuck it to EJ and Stefano. Yeah, although I'm sure that's going to fall out.
A little bit the last time you said that Sammy and Kate were working together. So I thought that was interesting because
they tipped off the police and supplied them with evidence that EJ was avoiding paying his state taxes. And then they managed to get an arrest warrant out for Stefano. So Stefano gave Kate his proxy for the board meeting, and EJ, who was in jail, gave Sammy his proxy. They had just gotten married. Of course, Sammy wants to get revenge for EJ sleeping with Abigail. So they basically were made co-chair or co-CEO of Demera Enterprises.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and EJ and Sammy both are about to leave, so it'll be interesting to see how they they get written off. So do you have any theories about how they're going to exit the show?
No, I don't, because I've got it, obviously they said, and I don't know how soon they're leaving, because it
Mm-hmm.
said that they would, for 6 months, they would uh, be co-CEOs, at least until the next board meeting. So I think they're either going to ruin Demera Enterprises or try to ruin Demera Enterprises.
Right.
So I don't know how. I hope they leave, a way for her to come back. Because I think she's left before, hasn't she?
Yeah, I believe so, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
So, boy, to speculate at this point, it's either going to be EJ gets the better of her, but he's leaving, of course. So
right.
either EJ gets the better of her, or they try to reconcile and they feel that they need to go away to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Take
I
the
think a
key
lot
and
of
go away.
right. I think a lot of people would be happy if they got back together somehow and left the show together. I know that there's a lot of Jamie fans who would be
Yeah.
happy to see that happen. So,
And
I don't know.
and this and I know that I believe that the Ben and what Ben and his sister, the physical therapist who is dating Rafe. I'm trying to remember her name. Um, anyway, they're hiding from their father, and most people in Salem didn't even know they were brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris, is it Crystal Chappelle,
Yeah,
who was on All My Children?
she
She
was
plays.
on. Crystal Chappelle was on Guiding Light, and
That I'm thinking of the wrong name. No,
yeah.
she was on. This is an actress who was on All My Children. But Jordan, her name is Jordan on the show.
On the
So
show. I
Kate
should
is
know
mad.
this.
Kate is mad that Jordan is with Rafe,
Mm-hmm.
and so she's wondering what secrets they have. Well, she tracks down their father. Of course, they're in hiding from their father. I don't know what happened there. It hasn't all been revealed yet, or I haven't seen the episode yet. And she tracks down their father, and he finds them, and her father's up to no good. So, in fact,
Wow.
the episode that I just saw, he was in her room going through her things.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, it's Days of Our Lives, so it's probably gonna move kind of slow. And we have Heather is joining the call.
yay!
Hi, Heather.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Welcome.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? This is Liz.
I had trouble downloading, and then we figured it out finally.
Right. I forgot to tell you that there was something you had to download beforehand, so I'm glad you were able to figure it out. Yeah. Well, we were just talking about Days of Our Lives, and I was telling Liz that you watch Days too. So, how do you think they're gonna write EJ and Sammy off?
Oh, that's going to be a hard one. I think that they're going to kill one of them off.
Okay.
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah, I think one of them's going to go, and the other one's going to be sad and leave.
That's a possibility. I mean,
Wow.
I would not put anything past Days of Our Lives. We know that they've killed everyone off at least once or 15 times. So
that's only if the writers of Downton Abbey become the writers on Days of Our Lives. They're the killers.
There you go.
So are you watching General Hospital right now too, Heather?
I catch up on it occasionally. My best girlfriend loves that show.
Right.
And we get together, we talk about both those shows.
Mhm.
I can't remember. Recently, I heard one of the old vets had passed away. One of the old General Hospital people had passed away, but I wasn't sure who that was.
Was it
character?
Was it John Ingle? He played Edward.
I think it was very recently, like a week or so ago.
Very recently. Yeah, I should know this. It's probably someone that I wasn't watching on the show when I started watching it, so it's probably somebody that I'm not terribly familiar with. So.
And how long have you been a fan of General Hospital?
I've watched off and on since, I want to say probably 2005, 2006, something like that. So, I'm not a lifelong fan, but yeah, I've been a fan for a while, so. Not much of a fan right now. I've been watching, but I'm not much of a fan right now because the storylines are just.
That's right.
What's
going on crazy on that show right now?
Well, they killed Silas's nephew off.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and he was hooked on cocaine, and they killed him off, but before they killed him off, they revealed that he had been responsible for the death of Patrick and Sabrina's baby.
Oh, that's right.
That somebody put him up to it, and we don't technically know who put him up to it, but we think it's Faux Luke.
Oh.
So that's what we think is going on right now. Right. So yeah, but right now it's just. Well, last week there were several morbid episodes, as you can imagine, with the death of Rafe, and personally, I'm not happy with how they did any of that because I was a fan of Port Charles, and Rafe came on as the son of Rafe and Allison from Port Charles, and the show ended like everything was wrapped up when Port Charles ended, and then they sort of brought some of the characters over to General Hospital and rewrote some stuff, and I'm like, don't mess with a show that's been canceled. Don't mess with a show that's been canceled and start doing weird things to the characters, because
I agree.
So didn't really like that so much, but yeah. So they've now killed Rafe off, and they had to bring his mother on there, and they killed her off. As soon as she was on there, and they killed his father off screen, so he was already dead, and it's what's the point?
I wouldn't want to be that family.
Right. Well, there was a vampire in the family, and so there was. It's gotten crazy, but yeah. So it's just not good right now. I'm not happy with it right now. I'm very vocal about my unhappiness with General Hospital right now, my dissatisfaction with the show.
It just seems a lot. It goes from being kind of realistic to kind of being far out there sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of far out there, I don't know, Heather, do you watch Young and Restless?
I haven't in years. That was my grandmother's favorite soap opera. But since she passed, I haven't watched it since.
Oh, yeah. And Liz, you're behind a week, obviously.
Yeah, I'm working to catch up, though.
Yeah, well, a lot can happen in a week because both Dylan and Paul are out of the hospital and sort of back to work now. One got shot and had a liver transplant, and the other one gave part of his liver. So, but less than a week later, they're okay. They're back to work now. So.
I know, just like that.
Right. I'm sorry. Did you say something, Heather?
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Paul? I did read that in Soap Opera Digest.
Right. He was shot by accident. Someone had kidnapped Avery, and Avery is Phyllis's sister. Someone had kidnapped her, and Dylan, his son, who he didn't know until he got shot that was his son, but Dylan ran in to save Avery, who is his girlfriend, and Paul accidentally got shot in the process, and so he was in the hospital for that, and he had to have, it was his liver, right, that they transplanted?
Right, right. His liver.
Okay. Yeah, so his son Dylan transplanted or gave part of his liver for the liver transplant. So, but he's okay
Because
now.
yeah, because Paul was like a very rare blood type, and
Right,
Dylan happened to have his blood type, and then they figured out that Dylan was Paul's son, not Ian's son, not that wicked Ian. So
right.
everybody's like, well, Nikki, why wouldn't you have even thought that Paul could have been the father?
Hmm.
And everybody's like, oh, well, she was so messed up. Like even Paul understood, but it's kind of changed the dynamic between Nikki and Paul.
Exactly. Yeah, and
And
Christine is not happy.
yeah, oh, Christine, she
Yeah,
she
she's
just
being kind of a baby about it. It's not
yeah,
like they're
she's
teenagers or
annoying. Yeah,
it's
she's
like,
annoying right now.
and he's had other kids.
Yeah.
Heather and Ricky. Um, yeah, so it's kind of weird that she would be this jealous of Nikki. Um, but yeah, she's pretty mad right now because Paul is not sure he still wants to continue to have a family with Christine. So
Right.
she's of course blaming Nikki for all of that. So
Yeah, she wants to have a baby with it. It's like, oh, give me a break. I mean,
I'm kind of thinking she might be past the age of fertility anyway, but
oh, we have to suspend disbelief here, or
right, right,
suspend belief.
right, exactly. So I was surprised when she said, "Oh, I want to have a child," and I was like, "You might have wanted to done that years ago."
Right.
So
I
I'm kind of
agree.
surprised. I don't. Let's see what else is going on. Stitch, I think his secret is about to be revealed on there. Well,
Yes.
Jack knows now, but the audience doesn't.
Oh, he's got a secret past.
Stitch does, yes. He murdered someone, but we don't know who, and we don't know what the circumstances were. So yeah. So we're just kind of waiting to find out what that's about. But now Jack knows because Stitch's sister Kelly told him.
Oh, okay.
But it happened off screen, so we don't know. We know he murdered someone. We don't know who it is. I have theories. Do you have theories, Liz, on who he might have killed?
I think he killed a sibling or a parent.
My theory, and this might be a little out there just from something that I picked up, he said something when Dylan and Paul were in the hospital about not having prayed in a while and not been to a church, and he used to be an altar boy. Or in the choir or something, I can't remember. So I'm kind of wondering if he wasn't sexually abused by maybe a priest or something, and maybe he killed a priest to out of revenge, and maybe no one knows that he was sexually abused. And this is totally my opinion. I don't know anything more than the audience, but that kind of stuck in my head, because rarely do they ever throw anything out there that doesn't have meaning. So, I'm kind of wondering about that, too.
So what do you think of the new Billy?
I think
the latest new Billy.
The latest new Billy, I think that they have not found the right one yet.
No. I like the last one.
The last one grew on me, but yeah, and Burgess Jenkins, the guy who's playing Billy now, he's a good actor, but he's not Billy. So I'm kind of expecting another recast soon.
Oh boy.
So did he come off another soap opera, or just...
No, I'm not exactly sure how they found him. He's done other things, but they just brought him on after they decided to fire David Tom. So, but yeah, to me, I think that he and Jack look too close in age for him to be Billy, and in some ways he looks older than Jack. So, the chemistry is not right.
That boyish look, and he keeps, the fact that he keeps messing it up with Victoria. The latest thing is, he's sleeping with Chelsea,
right?
And Chelsea comes into the house and conveniently blurts it out while Victoria's there. So, which which upsets Victoria. But it's like, well, wait a minute, Victoria. She's such a hypocrite. It's like you slept with Stitch,
right, and might be having his child, so.
Right? But she slept with him again.
Right.
She slept with him after that.
Right.
So it's like, quit being such a hypocrite. It's like Billy's got to be. She's like, well, Billy wants me back. So, but Billy's got to be all clean and pure. But ugh.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
She's annoying right now. But
and I keep wondering when they're going to recast Adam. I know that's coming at some point, but I haven't heard anything about it. So
whoever's playing him right now has really nice hands.
Right. It's probably just like a writer or a stand-in, or
since that's all you see. And
right.
sometimes the little fists they clutch.
Right.
But yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah. Well, it was funny, and I think it was last week, so you probably didn't see it, but Billy and Chelsea were about to have sex in the baby's room, where the cameras are. So, and I think they did, as a matter of fact. So, yeah. So
it was funny because I remember that they were trying to find that buzzing noise, and as Billy's trying to he's reaching toward the camera, and then Adam is on the computer. It's like, what are you going to do with your computer that is,
right.
Yeah, why are you reacting when it's not like they're going to be able to see you? So
right.
It's just bizarre. But at least with The Young and the Restless, at least they have happy storylines.
Yeah, there's a good mix.
Unlike gloomy days of our lives. So.
Right.
Oh,
there's a good mix on The Young and the Restless right now. I think they've found a good balance with their storylines. And, well, this is something you missed, Liz. Kane caught Devon and Hillary about to sleep together in the GCAC laundry room. So, yeah.
Where?
In the GCAC laundry room. They went to go find Hillary's clothes, because you knew Lily pushed her in the pool, right?
Yeah, I saw that. Okay. Yeah.
They went to find her clothes, and Kane caught them about to have sex in the laundry room. So
isn't that interesting that all that time before she met Neil or became involved with Neil, and Devon couldn't get her, and then after she becomes involved with Neil, then the sparks fly. It's like
it's like all of a sudden they're like in love or whatever.
And their father and son, Neil and
Devon, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, their father and son, and they're both in love with the same woman, who Neil just happens to be married to. So, and Lily can't stand her. So, it's, definitely would not probably want to be at that family picnic.
No way. No way. How does Hillary feel? Can you tell that she really loves?
I think she does love Neil. She says she does, and she doesn't want to hurt him. But she's in love with Devon too. So, and I think she's more in love with Devon than she is Neil. But that's the thing. I wish that they would bring somebody on that Neil could be happy with, because he keeps getting these women who, things just don't work out with him. So it's sad for him, because he's, nothing ever works out for him. I think it's time to bring Drew back.
Yeah, I agree. It seems like this is a big age gap between him and this new wife.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, we're having spam comments on our. I have the question and answer app open. So yeah, we're getting spam comments on there, so that's nice. But so that took my attention away for a second. There is a big age gap. You're right, between Neil and Hillary. So it's kind of strange. I'm not sure about this triangle. I like it, except for the fact that I want Neil to be happy. So that aspect of it kind of keeps me from getting interested in the whole triangle aspect of it. So.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, but I like Jack and Kelly. Liz, we've talked about them a little bit, but yeah, I'm really liking them together, and I'm really liking Katie McLean in this character. I I didn't know if I was going to be able to get used to her in this role or not after Cynthia Watros was in it, but I'm really enjoying it. I think we lost Liz because she just yeah, we lost Liz. I'm sitting here talking to her and there's like no reaction whatsoever. She's having computer problems right now, so
possibly. Where
Yeah.
did Phyllis go? Phyllis went to General Hospital, correct?
yeah, she's on General Hospital, and they have actually recast Phyllis on Young and the Restless, and I think that she's coming back either this week or next week. So yeah, so and there's Liz.
I'm back.
There you are, and there's your evil twin who is not saying anything or moving at all.
Just like a soap opera.
I was sitting there talking to you, and there's like no reaction at all, and I'm like babbling, and then all of a sudden, like I'm like, oh, okay, you're not really there, so
Yeah, not there. I tried, but oh well. Sorry about that.
that's okay. Once I figured out that you weren't really there, and it was just a facade, then everything was okay.
Yeah, the evil twin took over for a little bit there.
But, yeah, it was just you had this look on your face like you were thinking about something, and I just kept on rambling, and I was like, okay, she's not hearing me or something. And then when I took a closer look and realized that you weren't there
frozen
anymore,
in time.
that's why I was getting no response. I was talking about Jack and Kelly, about
Yes.
liking them as a couple and liking Katie McLean's portrayal of Kelly. So
I think she's doing a phenomenal job. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm a Katie McLean fan ever since I saw her on All My Children as a Dixie Come Back from the Dead.
yeah.
So, but I do like Jack and Kelly. I hope that they continue. Well, you know what's going to happen. Phyllis is going to wake up. You know that's
I was just telling Heather that I think that she's supposed to wake up either this week or next week. Tomorrow, Victor is at wherever Phyllis is. Tomorrow, he shows up and says something like she's awake or something, or doesn't want the family to know that she's responding, or so. I don't know.
He's trying to get the goods on Sharon still.
Right.
Okay.
So I guess that's why he wants to keep that secret. So
I have a question. You know how in the opening of The Young and the Restless, they feature different people, in the opening.
different days they'll have.
Yeah, different days they have different people that, the different actors.
Mm-hmm.
They only show certain people, not everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you had any insight as to why they do that.
I've noticed it, and the only thing that I could figure out, and I'm not taking a close enough look at it to be able to tell if this is why they do it or not, but I was thinking that they probably did it to show who was going to be featured on that particular episode.
That's
Right.
a good point.
I know that they do that, but they don't show everybody. Like they're not showing Katie McLean. They're not. I don't think they show the actress who plays Summer.
Really?
I don't think they show
She's
her.
been on there for a while. I can understand if
I
they
know.
were showing Katie because she's a recast, but
And they don't they don't show who's Paul's wife.
Laura Lee Bell.
Yeah, they don't show her either.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. She's important, and she's been on there for, and her family is the Bell family. So, I don't know why that is. I'll have to take a closer look at that and see if I can figure something out. But yeah, I had noticed that there were different actors being featured, but I hadn't thought why.
Yeah.
And
So,
one time I was looking at a cast list, and they had like regulars, and then I don't know if they were considered featured or what, but they weren't part of the regular cast. I remember seeing people who weren't part of the regular cast or considered that.
Maybe that's why. But it's
Yeah.
odd that they
Because I
wouldn't
know-
have. It's odd they wouldn't have Christine on there because she's on there all the time, and like I said, she's a Belle. So
Yeah.
Well, maybe they don't want to flaunt it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that is. I'll definitely pay more attention than this week when I'm watching it. So see if I can figure out what's going on. That's weird. You know, like I said, I can kind of understand if they didn't have Katie on there yet, because sometimes it takes them a while after they've recast to get everyone on the opening.
Oh, come on.
But
you know,
it took General Hospital. It's been a while, but it's if it were General Hospital, it would have taken them much longer than that, even because.
Well, yeah, but David Tom was on there.
Yeah,
they featured him, and he had
they
recently
featured him, and then they recast
before he was fired.
Right.
So yeah,
I'm thinking that the Billy search is probably not over with yet. You know, I think Billy Miller left some really big shoes to fill. So I think
they better be careful, because that's really gonna anger fans.
Yeah.
Because you start to get used to somebody, and then they replace them again.
Right. Exactly. That's what I was telling someone the other day. The next time, if they do recast again, they better be sure that this is the right one. I mean, because that's why they do screen test for the chemistry and stuff, to make sure that everything works. So why does it take them so long, or why is it seeming to take them so long to find the right person?
Yeah.
And you know, there are a lot of I'm sorry, what?
Wonder if it has to do with money.
I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I know that's not why David Tom got fired, and I'm not really sure if it ever said why Billy Miller left. But everyone kind of
couldn't. Billy Miller, from what I understand, was working on other projects, and they didn't want him to do other projects. Like, they couldn't come to some terms on him being able to get away to do other projects. And I know he had made the comment he was kind of disappointed in them, because he thought that normally that was the understanding, that you could do that. So I think that was the issue with him.
Well, that's interesting too, because everyone keeps expecting him to pop up on General Hospital as Jason. So, you know, maybe he was able to work out a deal where he could do other projects if he did come to General Hospital. I don't know. But everyone keeps expecting him to pop up. There's been rumors for months. So I'm just waiting for the official word where somebody says, yes, he's the new Jason, which Billy he's a little bit short, though, and, you know, Steve Burton was Jason, so it's going to be a little jarring to see him in that role.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's like everybody...
Some people you can't replace.
Right. Yeah, you better have a pretty good recast for some of these roles. You know, so people like Jason and Phyllis, you know, yeah, they're hard to replace characters, and Billy... Clearly, he's hard to replace because they can't seem to find anyone to fit that.
Did they recast Phyllis?
Yes. She's going to be played by Gina Tognani. She was on One Life to Live and Guiding Light. She played Dinah for a while on Guiding Light. Toward the end of the show, more than not the one that was Dinah in the beginning. It was more toward the end of the show. Did you watch Guiding Light? I can't remember.
I watched it back in the 80s. So
in the 80s. Okay, that was before Dinah.
When Kevin Bacon was Tim.
Yeah. So you watched it a long time ago.
And I think I saw it in the 90s, kind of. You know, when Josh Lewis became a nice guy, and Josh and Reba became a nice lady, and all of that. But yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, so that was before Donna.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Let's see. Have any of you been watching any of the new primetime dramas that have come on this summer? Like Reckless, I keep meaning to watch it online. Have you heard anything about it, or have you watched it?
No.
I
That's
saw a
so
little bit of it last night. I think it was Reckless. I saw a little bit of it, but I had to get I had to get to bed because I had to get up early today. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is kind of nice. So
Yeah.
it
It's supposed to
looks
be very
like,
soapy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, I've always said you take these soaps during the day, you could probably put them on at prime time.
Everyone would watch them in prime time.
Yeah.
I
Except
agree.
you
That's
don't want to
why
get it
we
once
have
a week.
all of these primetime dramas anyway. We wouldn't have them if it weren't for the daytime dramas. So,
I
yeah.
agree.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I've not watched it yet, but I want to watch. I want to catch up on it online because I'm hearing some good things about it. But I have so much stuff on my DVR right now that I need to catch up on. So I'm like
Oh, yeah.
12 weeks behind on Nashville. I finally caught up on Heart of Dixie. And let's see, what else am I behind on? There's probably a bunch that I'm behind on that I don't even realize. And The Last Ship. Have either of you seen TNT's The Last Ship?
My husband
No.
and I watched that one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a couple of episodes in bits and pieces, but yeah, it seems to be a pretty good drama. It's got McSteamy on it from Grey's Anatomy. So he's kind of unrecognizable though. It took me a minute to figure out who he was. He looks older and he doesn't have the facial hair anymore. So
He doesn't.
yeah, so that was
I didn't know
think
that was
that's a good
him
one,
at
too.
first.
Yeah, I didn't either. It took me a minute to realize who it was. I knew he looked familiar, but it took me a minute to remember that, yeah, he was McSteamy from Grey's Anatomy. So, well, does anyone have anything to add or anything you would like to talk about before we wrap things up?
I am actually getting a medical emergency from my neighbor, so I was going to step out anyway. They
Okay.
wanted me to check something out, see if they need to go to the emergency room.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope they're okay.
You're having your own little soap opera, Heather.
Right.
We always do.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad you could join us tonight.
I'm sorry I
Thank
was
you so
late.
much.
Oh, that's okay. These things happen. Don't worry about it. We'll get you on again sometime.
It was a lot of fun. I appreciate it. Nice
Yeah,
talking
well, thank
to
you. Yeah, nice to
Yeah,
meet
nice
you.
talking
Nice
to
to
you,
talk to
too.
you.
You too.
All
Have
right.
a good day.
You
All
too.
right.
Liz, do you have anything to add?
You know, only that I don't know. I am amazed at how you are able to watch all these shows. I mean,
Yeah.
I really, it's not primetime drama, but I'm hooked on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
So of course I have to keep up with that, and then just
Yeah.
trying to catch up with Days and Y&R. That's keeping me pretty busy, and you know, can't wait. I've seen a few teasers for Downton Abbey. As you know, I'm a big Downton Abbey fan, and they're gearing up.
That's another
season.
one I have to catch up on that because I haven't ever seen it. So.
Oh, you will love it. You will cry. Your gut will just be wrenched.
I can't
from
wait.
Yeah. Yeah. They and they only do it like 8 shows a season, so
Right.
you know, it's I mean, I'm sure fans scream for more, and we'd love to have more, but it's a good show. But no, it's been great catching up with you, and by the time we talk the next time, I will be all caught up on my shows.
Well, I completely understand. I mean, even when I don't have anything else to watch during the week goes by so fast that sometimes I have to spend the weekend catching up. You know, just with Young and the Restless or General Hospital. You know, when you watch 2 soaps, that is a lot of time invested. Yes. Which is, you know, another reason why I can't keep up with Days of Our Lives like I need to, because it's just, you know how it is. You can't keep up with
You literally would have to make soap operas your full-time job.
Oh,
if that were your job and you could make a living off of it, get paid, then, you know, it'd be
If I could make a living off of it and get paid, I think I probably would get paid pretty well.
Yeah.
I should, right? I mean,
there you go. Absolutely. Come on, tell somebody. I mean, come on. You are Paula of Paula's Soapbox. Somebody needs to.
I know, right?
We got to figure out who would pay you, but somebody needs to pay you.
I need compensation for all these opinions that I have that no one cares anything about.
I care.
You care. Thank you, Liz. Well, I'm going to let you go, and you go get caught up on Young and the Restless, so the next time we chat, you'll know what I'm talking about because it's about to get good.
Absolutely. I definitely I will get.
You definitely want to watch it. You definitely want to watch it this week because I think Phyllis is about to wake up and Stitch's secret comes out. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that is. It better be good because they've been building it up for so long. It better be a good secret. So
exactly. Yep. Yeah. It sure better be so. And can't wait to find out the paternity of Victoria's baby.
Right. Exactly. I know.
And I wonder if anybody will change the results or anything, or if
that'll be above the board. Yeah, I'm still sticking by my theory that it will be Billy's, but Stitch will change the results. Especially if his secret comes out. He's got to find some way of hanging on to Victoria. So.
Well, lied to her because when she confronted him about being Kelly's sister, and she says, "What else?" and he goes, "Trust me.
Trust me, there is nothing else." Exactly.
Yep. Yeah. He out and out lied to her.
Yeah. He's making her look like an idiot. So.
Yeah. Well.
Because she doesn't trust Billy, but this guy.
And she doesn't need that much help.
No. She didn't have that far to go, so.
I'm just critical of her. I want Victoria and Billy to be together, so I'm kind of down on Victoria. It's like, come on, give Billy another chance. And...
Right. Exactly.
Oh, well.
Well, until next time.
Until next time.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Paula. I look forward
to
proclaiming your opinions from your soapbox.
Right, from my soapbox. All right, well, I'll talk to you later, Liz. It's good to see you again.
All right, you take it easy.
All right,
okay.
Bye.